One of the things that we've been talking about is Donald Trump's endorsement record. Donald Trump and others tout the power of the Trump endorsement. And indeed, Donald Trump over the last 48 hours has been posting uncontrollably to his platform, Truth Social. And it is all about his supposed endorsement record. Check this out. Trump spending a lot of time there. Trump candidates dominate Tuesday's primary elections. Molly Hemingway, Republicans need to understand why its prospects are so good. Trump reshaped the party. He's the savior, as far as Trump wants you to believe. Trump 2024 crushed the establishment. Retweeting all sorts of, or retruthing all sorts of different stuff. Trump endorsed candidates are ready to take back our country. I guess quoting Carrie Lake or who knows who. Blake Masters wins Arizona Republican Senate primary. Again, the idea is thanks to Trump there. Rusty Bowers, January 6th star witness, loses Republican primary in Arizona. The idea there is not a Trump endorsed guy, and he lost. Trump nods spurs Dixon to runaway win in Michigan. He's responsible there. Trump-backed Gibbs, this is the guy I interviewed. Trump-backed Gibbs ousts Meyer in Michigan Republican race for Congress. And just if you scroll down Truth Central, it is just post after post after post of Donald Trump taking credit for all of these different victories. Trump candidates dominate Tuesday primaries. Again, big historic win for Trump endorsed candidates across the country. Now 15-0 in Senate primaries. Perfect records in Arizona, Kansas, Michigan, and Missouri. Congratulations to our MAGA I could just go and go and go. I'm not going to subject you to this. Not going to subject you to this. So what is the truth about Donald Trump's endorsement record? Well, there's two sides to this. One side of it are just the numbers. Like, are the numbers actually as good as Donald Trump claims? And the second part would be, even if the numbers are as good as he claims, are they meaningful? Are they statistically significant when you consider the circumstances? Let's go through it one by one. So first and foremost, Ballotpedia maintains a page, the endorsements of Donald Trump. During Trump's presidency, there were 305 endorsements. Since Trump left office, there have been 237 additional endorsements. Okay, so this year, Trump's record is 92%. That's a good record. No question about it. We'll get back to that. In 2020, Trump's endorsement record was 77%. In 2019, it was 43%. Those were special elections. In 2018, Trump's record was 58%. So let me explain to you what this is all about. All right. When Donald Trump was actually making endorsements in general elections where they were actually contested races, he was basically 50-50. So it's almost like a coin flip. OK, if you consider that Trump endorsed some incumbents there and that Trump made some endorsements of individuals who were clearly the favorite at the time of the endorsement, barely 50-50 isn't particularly impressive. It's a little bit better than a coin flip. And a lot of the times he's endorsing people who sort of like should win anyway because they've raised the most money. They're the clear front runners. They're the incumbents. So that's number one. If you look at 2022, Trump's record is significantly better in the primaries because Donald Trump is sometimes getting behind the obvious leader. Sometimes that's an incumbent, and we know about the power of incumbency. And sometimes Trump is waiting until the absolute last moment. And sometimes it's very mushy. Like, for example, when he endorsed Eric in Missouri and 2, if not 3 of the leading candidates were named Eric. Like, are we counting that as a win? I'm not sure whether that counts here. So it's not a particularly interesting endorsement story. Trump's endorsement history is very 50-50. And then in particular, in 2022, there's this bias to just supporting the person already likely to win. Now, I will give Trump credit. There are a handful of candidates who were not winning when Trump endorsed them, And then they ended up winning. And there's no doubt that Trump's endorsement has some power. The question is going to be the general election. The general election. In the general election endorsements in 2022, Trump is 0 for 10. He's made 10 endorsements in general elections where it's a Democrat versus a Republican, and he lost every single one. He doesn't talk about that. So we're going to pay attention to that very closely as well. As many of you know, I'm a busy person. I don't always have the exact correct nutritional plan for my meals every single day. And that's why I also take a multivitamin and a couple of supplements. But doing them all separately can be a little bit time consuming, which is why Athletic Greens is just fantastic. And they're one of our sponsors. I've been using the Athletic Greens since last year. It just really simplifies nutrition. I just do a scoop of the AG1 and I'm getting 75 high quality vitamins and minerals and my probiotics, and it's all from whole food sources. I drink it in the morning. I know I'm good. I don't have to be messing around with different pills and supplements or whatever, or spend time planning what time of day do I need to take each one. I just get it all with one scoop. You can put it in a smoothie. You can drink it straight. It tastes great. And then I'm just good for the day. It supports gut health, and I'm getting everything that I need and I'm looking for. Athletic Greens is giving my audience a free 1-year supply of vitamin D plus 5 free travel packs when you go to athleticgreens.com/Pacman, and the link is down below.